The most important thing I could tell you is to be whatever you want to be and to change as you please. You don't owe the world a single thing, and that includes a fixed version of yourself. Let that sink in for a moment. You're not a statue, you're alive. And being alive means you get to change. The world wants you to pick a lane, to choose your character and stick with it forever. But that's not how we work. That's not how you work. You're meant to flow with life. You're meant to shift when you feel like it. You're meant to become whatever it is you see for yourself. Water takes the shape of whatever contains it, but it's always water. Water morphs to the environment, but stays the same at its core. That's you too. You're really fluid, adaptable, and real. So it's important to say that every reinvention you undergo isn't personal confusion. You're actually displaying courage by staying true to yourself as you are in that moment. You're not lost because you change. You're just exploring life. You're honoring the part of you that refuses to settle for a life that no longer fits you. And why would you? This is what makes the inner child so important, and I encourage you to never lose it. The inner child allows you to be spontaneous, to try new things, to be different, and to never take yourself too seriously. We all have this inside of us, but most of us suppress it. People will tell you to be consistent, to build a personal brand, to make yourself digestible for others. But the truth that you can't miss in all of this is that consistency without growth is just slow decay. You know that feeling when old clothes don't fit you anymore? That's what happens when you try to squeeze your growing soul into yesterday's identity. The discomfort you inevitably feel during growth is your spirit demanding more room. Honestly, you're not here to be predictable. You're here to be whole. Maybe you've been told the opposite is true, usually not in direct but subtle ways. Too many interests, too many passions. Traditionalists might ask you why you can't just pick one thing and master it. But the truth is that curiosity isn't a flaw, it's genius in motion. Curiosity is the root of all of the greatest inventions in history. Genius is found outside of the usual realm of possibility. While specialists dig deep into one hole, you're connecting dots they can't even see. You're building bridges between worlds that never knew they needed each other. Being good at many things doesn't make you unfocused. It makes you dangerous in the best way. You see patterns others miss. You bring fresh eyes to old problems. Whereas others are worried about their resume, you're painting a masterpiece, and masterpieces need more than one type of stroke. Life rewards those who refuse to shrink themselves. You're allowed to outgrow everything. Your old dreams, your old friends, your old beliefs about who you're supposed to be. You're actually honoring your past self by evolving. Every version of you got you here. And now it's time for the next version of yourself to take the wheel. Growth shows love and loyalty to yourself. Some people won't understand. They'll say you changed, like it's an accusation. And good, let them. You're not here to stay small so others feel comfortable. You're here to expand until you feel every corner of your potential. You want to know what real freedom looks like? It's trying something new without needing to explain yourself to anyone. It's waking up and deciding to learn guitar at 40, starting a business at 60, changing careers because the old one stopped singing to your soul. You're allowed to be serious on Monday and playful on Tuesday, professional in the morning and wild at night. Your identity is truly a playground. This is especially important to remember during growth, as growth usually comes at the expense of expression. Don't let that happen to you. Don't become your own warden. You can make life work for you. You can flow with life and also become a better person. Never forget that. The most interesting people you know found themselves and they created themselves at the same time, again and again, layer by layer. Growth is as much coming back to yourself as much as it is creating yourself. Authenticity is being real about who you are today. Stop thinking of yourself as a single sculpture that needs to be perfect. You're not one painting, you're 1,000 paintings. Each day you add new colors, new textures, new dimensions. Some days you're abstract, some days you're realistic, some days you're just wild brushstrokes that don't make sense at all. There's order and creation in chaos. Every shift in you is intentional, even when it feels random. Your soul knows where it's going, even when your mind doesn't. So trust the pull, trust the curiosity, trust the part of you that wants to try something different. You're falling into place, not apart. And if we want to go deeper into why it's good to embrace your uniqueness, it's because the world doesn't need another carbon copy. It needs your specific brand of magic, your unique combination of experiences, failures, victories, and weird interests. When you allow yourself to evolve, you give others permission to do the same. Your willingness to change is leadership. Your courage to explore is medicine for a world terrified of uncertainty. Every time you reinvent yourself, you show someone else it's possible. You think you're just changing jobs or hobbies or styles, but you're actually rewriting the rules about what it means to be human. Your evolution is personal and revolutionary. Express yourself, even if nobody gets it right away. The more you honor your shifts, the more magnetic you become. People are drawn to those who live without apology, not because you're perfect, but because you're real, because you're alive, because you're proof that we don't have to die before we're dead. Your aliveness is contagious, so make sure to spread it everywhere. Your mind builds neural highways for everything you repeat. Same thoughts, same behaviors, same identity. These pathways get so strong that they become automatic as your default mode. But the beautiful part is that your brain is plastic until the day that you die. Neuroplasticity means you can literally rewire yourself at any age. Every new experience carves new pathways. Every fresh perspective builds new connections. Whenever you feel that resistance to change is really just your brain trying to save energy by keeping you on the old highway. But growth lives in the detours. The discomfort of trying something new is your neurons firing in unfamiliar patterns. That's your brain literally expanding its capacity. Somewhere along the way, we bought into this myth that finding yourself means settling on one version and defending it forever. But if we look at nature, which we are obviously part of, nothing in nature stays the same. Trees shed their leaves and grow them back transformed. Snakes shed their entire skin. Caterpillars dissolve completely before becoming butterflies. Transformation is therefore the rule of nature, yet we shame ourselves for wanting to transform. We apologize for our evolution. We pretend that changing our minds is weakness. But changing your mind when you receive new information is actually intelligence. Updating your identity when you outgrow the old one is wisdom. The only thing more dangerous than change is refusing to change. You're not meant to be in bloom all the time. Sometimes you're spring, where everything is fresh and everything possible. Sometimes you're summer, where you see full expression and maximum color. Sometimes you're autumn, releasing what's done and making space. And sometimes you're winter, still, quiet, internal, prepared. Each season serves a purpose, and each version of you has its time. Stop apologizing for your winters. Stop rushing your springs. The person who's taking a break isn't weaker than the person grinding. The person exploring isn't less focused than the specialist. The person starting over isn't behind the person who stayed put. You're exactly where you need to be in your cycle of becoming. Living authentically means disappointing people who prefer your old performance, family members who liked you better quiet, friends who need you to stay broken so they feel fixed, partners who fell in love with someone you're not anymore. Their disappointment isn't your responsibility. You can love someone and still outgrow the dynamic. You can honor where you came from and still leave. You can be grateful for who you were and still become who you're meant to be. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is stop pretending. Stop pretending you're satisfied when you're not. Stop pretending you believe things you've outgrown. Stop pretending you're the same person who made those old promises. Your truth might hurt feelings, but your lies hurt souls, and that means your own as well. And don't think I'm saying you have to abandon everything to become something new. You're merely integrating everything about you. Each version of you leaves gifts. The shy kid taught you observation. The rebel taught you courage. The heartbroken version taught you depth. The successful version taught you capability. Take the wisdom from each chapter, keep the lessons, and release the limitations, because you're building something great, which is a human who contains multitudes and knows how to use them. So, it's important to ask yourself, what wants to emerge through me? Not what should emerge, not what's practical, but what wants to emerge. Then you follow that thread, without needing to see where it leads, without needing anyone's approval. You don't need a 5-year plan to take the next step. Maybe it's signing up for that class. Maybe it's having that conversation. Maybe it's finally admitting something to yourself you've been avoiding. The path reveals itself one step at a time, one choice at a time, one small act of courage at a time. Becoming is a practice and not a destination. So here's your challenge. It's simple, but it's everything. Try something new this week, and it could be anything. Change your morning routine, start that project you've been hiding from, say yes to something that scares you a little. Let yourself want what you want, even if it doesn't match who you were yesterday. You don't have to announce it, you don't have to explain it. Just do it, just be it. You don't have to hold still to be real. You just have to be honest about where you're drawn next. And when you do that, you'll feel a satisfaction that is unmatched because you're staying true to yourself, and that's where your true power lies. This is Mind Odyssey.